Yes, please come in.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Ayan. Please take your seat.
Thank you, sir.
We are all curious about a couple of interesting things. One of which is, have you been allotted to any service?
Yes, sir. I'm in the Indian Police Service right now. I have taken extraordinary leave, sir.
But did you formally join?
Yes, sir.
You joined and then proceeded on extraordinary leave.
Yes, sir.
So you're not undergoing any training so far?
No, sir.
Okay, one thing. Secondly, tell us the meaning of Ayan.
Sir, it means eternal bliss. It also means gift of God.
The word is from which language?
Sir, eternal bliss meaning comes from a Greek word, and God's gift comes from an Arabic word.
So, someone, your parents or whoever named you, picked up Arabic word for your name?
No, sir. They were going through a Hindi name dictionary. There they found the name Ayan, which had a Greek reference. When they searched more about it, they found the other meaning also.
So, Ayan is also in Hindi?
No, sir. Sir, in Sanskrit, there is a name called Ayan. But Ayan directly is not in Hindi, sir. Not that I know of.
Now, kind of an interesting thing is that in Jain philosophy, there is no God.
Yes, sir.
So, a Jain family chooses the name God's gift.
Yes.
While there is no God in Jain philosophy. How do you reconcile this?
Yes, sir. Certainly it is very interesting, sir. Sir, in our case, our family has not been very much aligned to Jainism. One reason is that my mother comes from a Hindu family. And also, when it comes to Jainism, we are more focused on the principles such as non-violence, honesty, rather than being practicing Jains, sir.
Good. I'm also curious to know your experience in Sanskriti school.
Sir, certainly it was a highly enriching experience. Meeting people from diverse backgrounds, from different parts of India. The school curriculum itself was so designed so as to not only focus on academics, but also on extracurricular activities to build one's personality and character.
The school has very respectful image among people.
Yes, sir.
Does your actual experience endorse that image, or is the image larger than life?
Sir, certainly different people have different perceptions. My experience was that it was indeed a very good experience. Perhaps, sir, some people tend to view it as an elitist school, which I do not believe in, sir.
But there is a long waiting list also in the Sanskriti school.
Yes, sir. Nowadays it is so, sir, because many officers do come to central deputation and do try to get the children admitted in Sanskriti school, sir.
Why the name Sanskrit?
Sir, it means culture. Sir, I'm not sure why this was picked, sir.
Okay, Ayan, God's gift. All the very best.
Thank you, sir.
Morning, Ayan. How are you?
Good morning, sir. Good, sir. Thank you, sir.
Ayan, you've been allotted IAS even though you are not into it. I want to ask a question which applies equally to any other citizen to consider as well.
Yes.
You would have heard occasionally the term encounter.
Yes.
Now, actually speaking, encounter is you go and you suddenly not plan, you meet somebody, that is an encounter. But the police is the only organization which seems to prepare and plan an encounter. Is that correct word to use? Second thing you may like to comment upon is it not actually a more softer way of saying extrajudicial execution?
Yes, sir. Sir, in my understanding, the appropriate word that is used is fake encounter, because it is presented as an encounter due to the provision of self-defense in the rules, wherein firing can be done if a prisoner tries to escape. Sir, I believe it is common parlance to call it encounter. And yes, sir, it has been often been connoted as extrajudicial killing, because it is not a killing as per the rule of law. It is not mandated by a court of law, sir.
That is there. Nevertheless, fake encounter is also again a questionable word. Whereas an encounter, you can't envisage an encounter. It's supposed to be something that just happened.
Yes.
So fake again makes it planned. Okay, it doesn't matter. You are an electrical engineer.
Yes, sir.
Now, there was a time, some time back, probably when you were in school, we had this great civil nuclear deal. Can you tell us what were the contours of that deal? What did it envisage?
Sir, what I can remember is that we had this deal with the United States of America in 2005. Sir, I do not remember the exact provisions, but India got acceptance from the United States to promote our nuclear energy, sir.
Under that scheme, one of the things was nuclear generation plants being put up and American companies participating in it. Westinghouse, I think, was one of them. But did any plant actually materialize?
Very sorry, sir. I will have to check, sir.
Check on it. None of them materialized.
Thank you.
So all that deal and that there'll be cheap electricity just went for a 6. Okay, which is the form of power generation which provides us the cheapest energy?
Sir, I believe at the moment it is using coal, but I will check again, sir.
Coal. And which one you think is the cleanest?
Sir, nuclear is considered very clean, and green hydrogen, when obtained through green means, then I believe it is also extremely clean, sir.
Okay. What are the expectations of how much power will be required in the next few years? What capacity needs to be added?
Sir, certainly already we have around 420 gigawatts installed, and sir, I do not know the exact projection, but I believe it would be at least 500 gigawatts or even 600, because our own target of non-renewable is of minimum 300 gigawatts, sir, of renewable energy. Very sorry, sir.
Do you think we'll reach the target? As
Sir,
things are going at the rate it is progressing?
Yes, sir. As per the current growth, sir, in the last 2 years, we have seen an addition of almost 15% installed capacity. At this rate, sir, I believe we will meet the targets by 2030, sir, if it goes as per plan. But, sir, our plans are not only to shift to renewable energy, but also to ensure energy security. So we would be adding non-renewable installation also, sir.
Okay, last question. With all these, install a solar panel on your roof and so on, which works very well as long as there's. What about the storage factor? How much can you store? Is that efficient? The storage factor from solar panels for domestic use?
Yes, sir. That is the primary issue related to solar energy, sir, is that it is not being stored effectively. And also, sir, the efficiency of solar panels is only around 30%. But sir, recently we have seen developments in supercapacitors and graphene-based capacitors, which may in the future allow us a high level of storage.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, Ayan.
Good morning, sir.
Ayan, what is the current status of Delhi Meerut RRTS project?
Very sorry, sir. I must have missed it.
Okay. What is the current status of New Delhi World Trade Center?
Very sorry, sir. I will have to read about it.
I hope I am not wrong. Your column 6 says Delhi is your chosen state.
Yes, certainly, sir. I must have missed the current affairs.
What is the current status of Dwarka Expressway?
Very sorry, sir. I will have to.
No issue at all.
And home state, but he doesn't want to join home state.
So then you have to reply on Delhi.
Yes, sir.
Rashtrapati Bhavan, when it was finally completed in Delhi?
Sir, if I recall correctly, it was around 1922 or 1930. Sorry, sir. I will check.
Way off the mark.
Very sorry, sir.
Late Honorable Rashtrapati Gyani Jail Singh ji, his samadhi is where in Delhi?
Very sorry, sir. Not again.
You don't know.
Sir, I will.
You know about Vijay Ghat, Rajghat, Ekta Sthal, all these things you know, na?
Sir, I know about Rajghat. Sir.
Chalo, achhi baat. Delhi Darbar.
Yes.
In which year it happened and what happened in that Darbar?
Sir, it was in 1911, sir. Sorry, sir, I might be remembering wrongly, sir.
छोड़ दो,
Very sorry, sir.
दिल्ली को पीछे छोड़ दो.
Excuse me,
हम
sir.
थोड़ी देर के लिए इलेक्ट्रिकल पे आ जाते हैं.
Yes, sir.
तुम्हारा फील्ड है, उसमें कुछ करंट डेवलपमेंट्स बहुत सारी हुई हैं पिछले कुछ सालों में.
Yes.
तो मैं सिर्फ एक के बारे में पूछता हूँ. What is a graphene supercapacitor?
Yes. Sir, graphene is one of the most important materials today. It is made of a single layer obtained from graphite. Sir, a graphene-based supercapacitor is said to have immensely high capacity to store electricity, and it is currently being researched. Sir.
Is lithium-ion battery a supercapacitor?
Sir, not in my understanding, sir. We need much higher storage for it to be called a supercapacitor.
Because even lithium-ion battery has a huge capacity for storage. Am I correct?
Sir, I will have to check the exact definition of
दोनों में
supercapacitor.
डिफरेंसेस देख लीजिएगा, है ना?
Yes, sir.
क्योंकि चार्ज और डिस्चार्ज सेकंड्स में होता है इसमें.
Thank you,
है ना?
sir.
This is the new development. What are advanced control methods? For example, adaptive control, multivariable control, which are being used in electrical field now.
Sir, one is the voltage regulation, one is frequency regulation, and other than that, sir, we use shunting and addition of capacity.
What is neural network control method?
Sir, I'm not aware of the method, but I'm aware of neural networks, sir.
Read about it.
Thank you, sir.
Where are 9th Asian Winter Games going to be held?
Very sorry, sir, I do not recall.
Where and when the 8th Armed Forces Veterans Day was celebrated?
Extremely sorry, sir.
No problem at all. A renowned classical singer, a female, died yesterday. What was the name? What was the contribution? If you can tell me something about her.
Sir, I remember reading about the news, but sorry, sir, I forgot the name.
No problem. 33rd International Kite Festival, where it is being held, and any details about it.
Extremely sorry, sir. Sir, last few days current affairs, I will have to brush up, sir.
चलो ब्रशअप तो कर ही लेना, लेकिन जिंदगी पूरी नहीं होगी बिना ये काइट फेस्टिवल अटेंड किए.
Yes.
अहमदाबाद में होता है, 33वीं बार हो रहा है.
Yes.
ठीक है, तो तुम्हारे मतलब अभी तक के जो है उसमें लाइफ में कई बार हो चुका है.
Yes.
तो जाना जरूर एक बार, बस इतना ही कहूँगा.
Thank you, sir.
ठीक है.
Yes.
थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you, sir.
मैम.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Ayan, which newspapers do you read every day?
Ma'am, usually in the last few weeks I have been referring to apps instead of newspaper because my interview is not in the first phase, so I had been focusing more on static portions actually.
Any important news in last 2 days which can you discuss with me?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, one would be relating to Maldives. Ma'am, the Honorable President of Maldives had gone on a state visit to China. And also he recently made a statement that they will not be bullied even though they might be a small nation. Second news, ma'am, I would talk about the weather, about dense fog and extreme cold in Delhi and northern parts of India. And also
What was the temperature yesterday?
Ma'am, it was 3.4 degrees at the lowest, I remember.
Okay. How did gender move to the center of democratic struggles? And why women has become center stage in the forthcoming 2024 election?
Ma'am, women have certainly been an integral part of society, even if we think about ancient times. In the freedom struggle, ma'am, there were many active participants, whether we talk about Aruna Asaf Ali, Usha Mehta, and they immensely contributed to the struggle and helped the struggle in many ways. Post-independence, ma'am, not enough was done for women, and thus we saw a rising gender inequality in India. But now, with the growing women empowerment, growing education, and also growing awareness of rights, more women are demanding equality and empowerment. That is why it is becoming an important agenda, ma'am.
Okay. Can you give me names of 2 women, members who were involved in writing of our Indian Constitution?
Ma'am, may I take a moment to recall?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
They were part of the Constituent Assembly.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I believe Mrs. Sucheta Kripalani was one of them.
Okay, you can read about
Sorry,
it.
Yes, ma'am.
I have seen your interest in sustainable clothings
Yes.
and money. What do you understand by the word sustainable?
Ma'am, sustainable is something that can be sustained over a long period of time. It is not a temporary measure, but rather a measure that can be that can by itself continue for a long time. It is a long-lasting change.
Okay. As per a report, 100 billion new garments are made every year. 100 billion new garments. Is it a fast fashion or consumerism?
Ma'am, I would say it is a combination of both. Ma'am, we are seeing an increase in the purchasing powers of people all over the world. Consequently, their demands are also increasing. And also, ma'am, the aspect of consumerism and materialism, which is causing more fashion change, that is also increasing the demand of clothes and apparel.
Why it's causing some serious problems that have caused, massive destruction on the earth. Can you highlight some serious problems?
Ma'am, certainly any industry has its own environmental impact, and textile industry utilizes often synthetic dyes and other waste materials which might be polluting for the environment. Ma'am, I believe that may be one of the significant reasons. I will certainly find out if there are more, ma'am.
There are better than this, like cotton itself is a water intensive crop.
Yes, ma'am.
And there are some very serious issues. So the one which you are highlighting is not.
Very sorry.
Okay. You have worked on social front, and I'm very glad to see a young person doing various social works. Can you name me two social workers, I'll say, or social leaders in the current era which have inspired the nation?
Yes. Ma'am, I would say Miss Medha Patkar is one of them, and also Mr. Anna Hazare is also one of them.
But Medha Patkar ji has been in controversy off and on. So, on the other side, Shri Anna Hazare ji is considered or revered by every political party. So, you still believe that she is one of the...
Ma'am, I believe that the social issues in India or in any country are always complicated and intricate, that there is no one clear answer. Ma'am, whether it comes to Narmada Bachao, there will be many sides to it, ma'am. Whether we try to save the environment or we try to push the development, it is not black and white, ma'am. That is why it leads to controversy.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, Ayan. How are you?
Good morning, sir. Good,
Morning,
sir.
morning.
Thank you.
Ayan, how do you understand this phrase cryptocurrency?
Sir, cryptocurrency is a form of currency based on blockchain, which provides high level of anonymity. For example, sir, Bitcoin is one of them.
Why is it prone to fraud? Why is there so much of suspicion and non-recognition by the government of cryptocurrencies?
Sir, one reason is the lack of research that has been done over them. Still, governments or agencies are not at the same level of understanding which certain people might be, so that the suspicion then becomes natural. Secondly, sir, the high level of anonymity that is there might lead to people succumbing to cyber crimes or other kinds of fraud, sir.
Institutionally, what do we have to investigate into cyber crimes in India?
Sir, we have the CERT-IN as one of the agencies. We have the National Center for Cybercrime. And sir, I believe other agencies also work. In police departments also, we have an entire department for cybercrime, sir.
A couple of days ago, we had an announcement by Tesla now intending to make a heavy investment in India, in EVs.
Yes.
Would you think that is an earth-shattering event insofar as automobiles in India go?
Sir, it would certainly help in that direction. Sir, whether it makes a significant breakthrough or not will depend on multiple factors, such as the amount invested towards charging infrastructure, towards building acceptance and demand of people towards electric vehicles, And also, sir, the fact that the internal combustion engine industry will be negatively affected by this, sir.
One of the impediments for EVs is battery swapping.
Yes.
What exactly is the problem in regard to battery swap?
Sir, I'm aware that Niti Aayog has this facility. So the problems, one might be the inconvenience because swapping centers may not be present everywhere. So the problem of accessibility comes, sir.
You've been working amongst blind people, even in the NGO.
Yes, sir.
What exactly is a cataract?
Sir, a cataract is a condition where cloudiness appears in the eye, in the cornea, I believe, which leads to impaired vision, sir.
Why does that occur? What exactly causes that cloudiness?
Sir, it may happen due to old age, or it may also be by birth due to retinopathy disorders, sir.
How do you understand the issues in South China Sea?
Sir, I believe China's expansionism is certainly to blame in that regard. But secondly, at the same time, sir, disputes globally are there over territory, so they cannot be completely undermined as one country's expansionism. But sir, I believe we should look at the matter in a more holistic manner for the entire world, rather than supporting China.
Can you be a little specific, commencing with the 9-dot line?
Yes, sir. Sir, the 9-dash line or the 9-dot line is said to is China's claim of its borders for including the islands such as the Spratly Islands, the Natuna Islands, which are also claimed by Indonesia and Philippines. This has led to the dispute, sir.
Okay. Who was Aditya Birla?
Sir, Aditya Birla was a major industrialist from Hisar, and he's also known as the first global industrialist of India, as he was by values he was Indian, but he was visionary and wanted to take industry to outside India, sir.
Is there a difference between foreign MNCs and Indian MNCs?
Sir, certainly the way of operation might be different, but I'm not sure if there is any fundamental difference, sir. And certainly the regulation...
From a government perspective, from a regulation perspective.
Yes.
Why then do we have two separate terms?
Sir, one is that we do view international donations with slight apprehension. For example, sir, when we talk about the FCRA also, we are a bit apprehensive as foreign currency can either destabilize or it can be misused. Secondly, sir, for our own domestic industry, we want to promote it and ensure that it is not less competitive than foreign firms, sir.
Finally, tell me, since you're a maths guy, what exactly is Srinivasa Ramanujan's claim to fame? What exactly is his most major or prominent contribution?
Sir, he is most well known for giving thousands of conjectures. He expressed many important terms in infinite series. Sir, his most popular contribution is the Hardy-Ramanujan number or the Ramanujan square. But his most significant work has been in the field of partitions and string theory also, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
One or two lines about what is string theory.
Sir, I'm not entirely aware of, sir.
Okay. You were discussing 9-dash line with him.
Yes.
I thought he was looking forward to your opinion about that point.
Very sorry, sir.
All that you did is to state what is 9-dash line.
Yes.
So let's hear your opinion.
Sir, China has been known to often present distorted perceptions about history and claiming territories as its own. Sir, my opinion is certainly that it should be resolved in an amiable manner. And for India also, it is in interest if China pursues a rules-based order rather than being expansionist, sir.
Earlier, you also referred to you using apps instead of newspapers.
Yes.
But all your answers made me think that you seem to be picking up news only from Hindu and not other sources. Views also you expressed are straight out of the views stated in Hindu newspaper.
Sir, very sorry, sir. I meant that, sir, in the last few weeks, I have been referring to apps. But overall, sir, for the last 1 or 2 years, I usually refer to the Hindu, sir. That may have.
Is that proper intellectual discipline?
Sir, in my case, sir, it has been based on optimization of time. Sir, I strategized accordingly. As I understand the importance of a newspaper as well as of other subjects, sir, I found this to be also a more lifetime method of reading news. I do not have to wait for the entire day for the news to come. So I'm able to analyze also better, sir.
My point is, Hindu has its own editorial slant, to say the least, if I am to avoid the word bias.
Understood, sir.
But your views are straight the views as propagated by Hindu. So in a way, are you not being one-sided?
Sir, that I had not considered this, sir. I will certainly explore other newspapers also, sir.
Take that Maldives president statement, for example.
Yes, sir.
That is the headline for today's Hindu.
Yes, sir.
Is it not a case of ulta chor kotwal ko date?
Sir, to some extent, yes, sir. Because, sir, India did not begin this boycott movement or any other actions towards Maldives. It was President Muizu's himself's decision to actually run the campaign based on anti-India movement. At the same time, sir, India is not a country which pursues its interests at the cost of other countries. We have always believed in global development and also security and growth for all. So perhaps we can have a more nuanced approach and try to balance our interests with others' interests also, sir.
Who was Rani Lakshmibai?
Sir, Rani Lakshmibai was a very prominent freedom fighter of India, sir.
What time?
Sir, it was in 1750s, sir.
Was India...
Very sorry, 1850s, sir.
You don't remember exactly?
Sir, I'm getting confused. Very extremely sorry, sir.
Who was Captain Lakshmi?
Sir, I believe, sir, she was a part of the Indian National Army and was amongst the leaders of the women of the Rani Lakshmibai regiment also, sir. I will check.
So when Madam asked you, women role models in freedom struggle,
Yes.
you remember Aruna Asaf Ali and Usha Mehta,
Yes.
but no one from Rani Lakshmibai to Captain Lakshmi Sehgal.
Yes.
Does that also indicate some bent of mind?
Sir, I believe it may have been because I have read more about Aruna Asaf Ali and Usha Mehta. But yes, sir, I have read about others also, sir.
Which also means you have been reading about one particular interpretation of freedom struggle.
That is possible, sir. I will try to diversify interpretation, sir.
You also called Medha Patkar as sort of role model. So I want to take 30 seconds on that. Do you remember what was the original budget for Sardar Sarovar project?
No, sir. Very sorry, sir.
It was 10,000 crores. She opposed it. All her opposition is eventually proven to be constitutionally incorrect. Okay? But the price of the project went up multifold. So the final price is 1,40,000 crore. Who is responsible for this increase from 10,000 crore to 1,40,000?
Sir, it is true, sir, that anyone who tries to protect the environment will have an economic cost attached with it, sir. Even if we talk about the Bakshawa mining issue in Madhya
Was she
Pradesh.
trying to protect environment?
Sir, the people also, sir, the displacement of tribals in the area. Sir, I will have to read more about it. Very sorry, sir.
Okay.
There are always narratives. Try to do your own analysis.
Yes, sir.
That was it because land belonging to her own community was getting submerged and it was more to protect the interest of herself and her community. For example, analyze on your own.
Yes, sir. It might be possible, sir.
पुलिस में जा रहे हो ना, कोई आके complaint लिखवा गया, don't
Yes.
take it as gospel truth.
Yes.
He may be out to use your police mechanism for his own ends. You need to have a other side also say
Yes,
something, and then you have to analyze and come to it. Which one of them seems closer to the truth?
So, ज़्यादा
Maybe
हो
the
गया,
truth is
11,
somewhere here and halfway there.
Yes. Sir,
While gospel
12
truth
पे
itself is not gospel.
12 पे हो गए। अभी है, कर लेंगे।
Chess.
12 मिनट है।
yes, sir.
हम प्री
The terms blitz, bullet, bughouse.
Yes.
Tell us the meaning.
Yes, sir. So these are three variants of chess. Bullet and Blitz are two speed chess variants. Blitz is played under between 3 to 10 minutes per player. For the criminalization of mob lynching will empower the police to take more action, and it will also protect people. Sir, one major impediment in police functioning will be learning all the new sections which have become internalized, and training of the police personnel will have to be done again, sir.
Good, Ayan. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Please tell us self-analysis.
Sir, certainly I required a much higher general awareness, sir.
Okay. But in terms of your own assessment about how you performed,
Not good at all, sir.
you think not good?
Yes.
Achha, no, that's not what we think. We definitely think this is good. I would call it good plus. But the whole point is going from good plus to outstanding.
Yes.
That is the whole point. So, if I am to cite one thing, Ayan, I hope I am able to state myself correctly. Huh? What you are doing are all sort of politically correct answers, or the words or the sounds you should make in the UPSC interview. Huh? But they are not yet showing your originality. And have you thought about those issues? And wherever like that, therefore I also picked up that point.
Yes.
That
9-.
let me remind you how it went. Huh? That discussion on China was going on. You said broadly what you meant, you said was we should consider their argument also. There may be some public perceptions, but we need to understand that is, you sounded like you meant that we need to consider what China is saying. I think that is why his question was, okay, let's start with 9-dash line. And then what you did is only state what is 9-dash line,
Yes.
but not your opinion. So it is, I won't even say dodging. You are not consciously dodging the answer. Point is, you are not coming up with the answer. You have read things, and I'm going to come to that next point also, which I made during the interview itself. But now that we have time to discuss. So you have read, you know what words are to be spoken given a question. Huh? Therefore, it is staying at the level called good plus. You want to go to outstanding,
Yes.
your personality needs to come out. Another better word is your originality needs to come out. Have you independently thought about that issue? Have you considered? Do you understand? That brings me to this focus, and that's why towards the end I deliberately spent some time discussing that. That indeed the views you are expressing are straight out of Hindu.
Yes.
So like either your only source is Hindu,
Indian Express.
to some extent these days Indian Express also is going the same way. Actually, ideologically speaking, it is committed leftist. And the way Hindu gives news, including today's news. So you quoted Maldives president saying we will not be bullied.
Yes.
That is Hindu's headline today.
Yes.
But you just stopped at quoting. This morning even I, as a part of my duty, was reading it. Okay, I smiled in my mind, reading between the lines that this is usual Hindu nasty journalism, I call it. Now that we are speaking like human beings, not formal interview, but it's bloody nasty. Hindu would justify Maldives against India, mind you. Like he is some hero who visited China and on coming back says we will not be bullied. Man, who is bullying? He is bullying India. So I asked the कि उल्टा चोर कोतवाल को डांटे. He is bullying India. India helps Maldives, and the guy contests election on India Out campaign.
Yes.
Then all Maldives leaders previously have been visiting India first after getting elected. He makes it a point to visit Turkey,
Yes.
which is actually Islamist. It is his politics, his rhetoric is all bordering radical Islamism, and the political atmosphere he has nurtured takes 3 of his ministers to ridicule Indian Prime Minister. Okay? But Hindu has no sensitivity for that. Hindu glorifies President of Maldives. And you, without applying your critical mind, just pick up that and say, quote this one. And this can go on. It is my misfortune that I have to read Hindu. But it is also Hindu's misfortune that I regularly read Hindu. But it's nonsense, man. It's utter. It is journalism. It is propaganda. And all that. So, point is, panel wants to see your originality.
Yes.
And capacity for critical thinking. So, earlier I made it a point of discussion. You said, I'm depending on app. I don't know what the app is shortlisting.
Yes.
So I can see that you have got the point.
Yes.
Same goes for remembering Aruna Asaf Ali Usha Mehta, but not Rani Lakshmibai or Captain Lakshmi and so many others. You remember Aarti Saha, a woman named Aarti Saha.
So the name is familiar, but not able to.
There is a famous Chitgaon bomb case. She was a freedom fighter for it, and so many others. Same about discussion on Medha Patkar. We are friends, personally. Medha and myself, we are very close friends for a long time. But even at individual level, this is the question I have always asked her. You are responsible for the expenditure to go from 10,000 crores to 1,40,000 crores. Are you going to pay 1,30,000 crores? And what are her points? Every single point she raised has been constitutionally proven to be incorrect. So her fight for common people, rehabilitation, all fine. But the rehabilitation package for Sardar Sarovar project is world's best. World's best. So in no other project this rehabilitation package has been offered. And actually her point has been not पहले rehabilitation बाद में, उसका एक अच्छा हिंदी वाक्य है, वो शब्द मैं फिलहाल भूल रहा हूँ, बट पहले पुनर्वसन बाद में धरण was not her only point. Actually Medha's main point is opposition to big dams. Scientifically speaking, there is a lot that needs to be studied there. So
yes,
there are points in it, but you didn't bring them up in the discussion. So these various things. Then before I sum up, just last 2 things. He was asking you the cleanest form of energy. You said coal.
Sir, for cheapest, I said coal.
Even cheapest. Yeah, even cheapest.
Sir, yes, sir, I was not sure, sir.
Isn't hydel cheaper than thermal?
Sir, I will check, sir.
Yeah. Even for cheap, hydel is cheaper than thermal. There is one feature of hydel electricity which thermal doesn't have. You remember it?
No, sir.
Is there anything called peak hour demand?
Yes, sir.
Can thermal electricity be generated as per demand, ups and downs?
Sir, I will have to study more.
The answer is no. But hydel you can adjust as per demand.
Thank you.
Baki, one part that you have stated Delhi as home state,
Yes.
but are not opting for home state. So your choices are Madhya Pradesh followed by Uttar Pradesh.
Yes.
That may come up for discussion. I did notice, but we are always short on time. So someone may want to know.
Yes.
Then, although you have not yet formally joined IPS, my suggestion is do prepare for police issues
Yes.
for 2 things. One is panel will see that you are son of a police officer.
Yes.
So like by default, some police issues are supposed to be maybe even informally discussed at home, or at times you discuss with father and he talks about the challenges, etc.
Yes.
So one thing. Secondly, in fact, in spite of not having joined police, if you make it a point to study police issues and answer them in the interview, in doing so you are telling the panel how serious you are, how responsible you are, that you are selected for IPS, not yet joined, still you have studied those issues.
Yes.
So in a way that is a message that you are ready for now the service that you want. services of your first choice. So my suggestion is do brush up on police
Yes.
issues. So Prakash Singh case, even his recent book, the book is on police reforms. If you can, it's a beautiful book really. So if you can sort of, since you have time, I'm telling this because
Yes.
you have time on hand. So police issues, chess also similarly. Then all brushing up on current issues, all kinds of.
Yes.
So although you are saying no to Delhi, like he brought it to your attention, that because it is, you have stated that as home state, possible questions on Delhi. But your current address is Bhopal, huh? I think.
Yes,
Huh?
Yeah.
So questions on Madhya Pradesh also.
MP also.
And Bhopal, history, food culture, music, literature, current issues, elections are just over. So some interpretation, etc. Chess again, a lot to discuss, right? And I just reserve one rather beautiful point to sum up, close. We started out with discussing your name, Ayan. My question was, Jain philosophy doesn't have God. You said we are not much into religion or something, which is all fine. Huh? But for the interview purposes, keep yourself ready for possible questions on Jainism.
Yes.
You are perfectly okay. You, your family, etc. And philosophically speaking, Jain philosophy may not have a God, but it is also not against God.
Yes.
Jain philosophy talks of Tirthankara and Arhatas.
Yes.
But Jain philosophy doesn't say there is no God and therefore those who follow God are hypocrites, and like Marx says, that religion is the opiate of the masses. Jainism doesn't. In fact, there are many extraordinarily beautiful Jain temples. I wish you visit them sometime, not only for, say, religious purpose. They are a great piece of art and everything. There are all Hindu gods there. Actually, fundamentally, there is no difference and certainly no fight between Hinduism and Jainism.
Yes.
Not at all, I mean. So, all that Jain philosophy says is, apne aap ko pehchano. So, no separate God. But final principle in Jain, Buddha and Vedic philosophy, that there is one truth. And you are that truth. That is also in Jain philosophy. So, sort of if you take your own time to brush up
Yes.
some possible questions over there. Actually, there are many elements of Jain philosophy that directly relate to modern physics. So, even modern physics proves the philosophical truth in Jain philosophy.
Sir, 12
So,
3
take your
minute
own
late हो
time,
गए.
maybe someday to brush up and all. But there might be questions, huh?
Yes.
Right? Baki, like we said, you are good plus. In UPSC terms, good plus would mean 171, 172 already, as of today. But from here now to go to outstanding.
Yes.
I hope the mock and overall this feedback helps you
Yes.
do that, right? Yeah.
So, मैथमेटिक्स में जो कंजेक्चर्स आप बोल रहे थे वो देख लेना जरा एक बार, हाँ, कलर थ्योरम वगैरह, राइनमैन्स एटसेट्रा पूछ लेते हैं कई
Yes.
समटाइम्स. दैट्स ऑल.
Right? So these are notes for you, Ayan. All the very best. Are you into music?
Not too much, sir.
Okay,
But,
okay.
Yes.
And this famous Sarod player, Amjad Ali Khan,
Yes.
his names of his sons is
Yes.
Ayan Ali
Ayan
and
Ali, Shaukat Ali.
yeah, yeah. But if you are not into music, the questions may not come up.
Yes.
Right? 171. Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. All the best.
Thank you.
All
sir.
the very
Thank
best.
God bless you.
All the very best.
Good.